Welcome to Knowledge is Power. In this channel, we talk about things that make us to improve on ourselves so that we may become a better versions of ourselves. Today, we are going to talk about creating our own reality. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter what has happened before. It doesn't matter what you have gone through, what mistakes you have made. What matters is what is now and what is coming. And we need to create the kind of reality we want. And that can only happen when we have a positive thoughts, when we don't blame the situation we are in. It doesn't matter what kind of a situation you are in, but you can improve on yourself if you have a positive mindset. There is a book I read. It's called The Richest Man in Babylon. In that book, in that story, it's set on the ancient Babylon, that is like 4,000 years before Christ. There is a character there. That man found himself being a slave at the age of 18 because his father had taken a loan and was not able to pay. So him and his children were taken and they became slaves. So this man found himself to be being a slave at the age of 18. And when you are a slave, you are owned by your master. So this man started thinking on what he could do to get himself out of the situation he was in. And it was not easy because when you are owned, you are owned. Just like the way you can own a cattle or a goat. So after thinking for a long time, he decided he was going to look for money and save so that he may buy himself out of being a slave. His work, he was a confectioner. He used to make bread and cakes for his master. So what he would do, after 6, when he was now free, he would use his ration of flour to make some cakes and go and sell in the marketplace. Of course, he was doing it secretly because if his master found out, he would take that money. So he started doing it. He was a good confectioner, and therefore his cakes were selling. So he did it and he continued doing it, and the business expanded. Remember, he was doing it secretly, and he started saving money. First of all, coins, and then he converted them to silver, slowly. And then when he had enough silver, he would convert to gold and hide. And he did it for a long time, for like 10 years, so that he could get enough money to buy himself. But of course, he would not go to his boss, master, and tell him, I want to buy myself, because he would be asked, where did you get the money? So he went to his friend, gave him the money to come and buy him from his boss. But when this man approached his master said, I cannot sell that slave. He's one of my best confectioners. How do you expect him to sell? And he told him, if you want to buy, you'll have to give me 3 times the amount that was going for a slave. It's like maybe you have a car that is worth $1 million, and somebody comes to tell you, I want to buy this car, and you tell him, if you want to buy it, bring 3 million. I mean, outrageous price so that you may give up. So when he got the information, he didn't give up. He spent like another 10 years until he could get the money that was needed. And finally, this man came and bought him from his master. And of course, he went and gave him the title deed, and he became his owner. And now, because he was used to making those confections, he went ahead and started his own business. And the business grew. He used to save 10% of all that he got until he became rich. He started buying property in that town. And finally, he was so rich until he became the richest man in Babylon. Until the king of Babylon would call him to go, and he became his advisor, the advisor of the king, to show him how things are done and to teach people. So the point here is, if this man could improve himself from being a slave to becoming the richest man in Babylon, from a situation which was almost impossible, until he became, he took himself out of the situation he was in. And the reason is because he created his own reality. He had a positive mindset. He did not give up on life. So many of us are giving up, and we are not even in half as bad a situation like this man was. We are not slaves. We can do our business, but we are blaming everything for our problems. We are blaming the government. We are blaming economic situation. We are blaming our family. We are blaming everything. But the solution to our problem is in us, in a positive mindset, being positive and doing the right things to improve on ourselves. Forget about what has happened, but from this day forward, you can improve and become the better version of yourself and improve on your life. Thank you.